Hello and welcome to Creating Confidence. I am super excited for this masterclass. For those of you that are new and you may not know who I am, I just want to say welcome. You're here because you're ready, right? Like you are wanting to step into the real, raw, unapologetic version of yourself. And you are wanting to kind of take this vision board. I want to feel confident, sexy, and like in control of my life and turn it into your reality. And this guide, this class is going to teach you exactly how to do that. Right? Like, I want to be the first one that tells you, like, it's not about changing who you are. It's actually about uncovering the parts of you inside of you that people have taught to keep hidden, right? Like, we live in a man's world. We live in a world that teaches women how to be cool, calm, collected, and confined. And I want to be the permission slip for you that teaches you how to be radically like unapologetic, right? Like you're about to learn how to radiate that effortless magnetic energy that turns heads and like opens doors as soon as you walk into the room, right? Like you're going to walk into the room and feel like the main character, and you no longer have to feel intimidated or in competition with other women. Like that was so 2020, right? So 2025 is going to be the year where you're going to crack the codes of like loving yourself unapologetically, feeling sexy in your skin, especially as moms, right? Like it's so easy to nitpick the flaws. Our boobs are too saggy because we're breastfeeding. We have stretch marks. We have kids pulling at us at every angle, and we constantly beat ourselves up. But like we gave motherfucking life, right? Like that is a superpower, and not many people can do that. And so being able to show up like the absolute goddess that you are is going to be exactly what you learn in today's session. So if you don't, pull out your phones, open up the notepads, grab a journal, pour a glass of sparkly wine, whatever is like floats your boat, we're going to make some magic happen. So first off, I want to say hello. I'm Cheyenne, right? You can follow me on Instagram at the Intimate Mom. But I want to tell you that like I am the first person that like truly embodies what she teaches. Like if you scroll through social media, especially in the confident and like feminine liberated space, you get a lot of AI generated BS. And like that is the one thing that like makes my skin crawl is like when you get cookie cutter chat GPT healing modalities that like you can easily Google from Google University. And so everything I teach, I have mastered personally, right? Like I've been through a lot. I constantly say like I've been through hell so that you can get your heaven. I've gone through custody battles. I've gone through tough relationships. I've had body image struggles. You name it, I've had it. I was a young mom at 19 years old, and my daughter was a result of sexual abuse, right? And so I relied on substances to cope. Now I am a proud mom of three. I am engaged to the most amazing man, and I love my body more than ever. And I'm not some super skinny, all fit mom, right? Like I have my stretch marks, my nipples face down because of all the breastfeeding I've done. And through this journey of being a young mom, being sexually assaulted, trying to find intimacy and self love within myself, I realized that self love isn't about perfection, right? Like it's about embracing every parts of you, embracing every flaw, embracing the parts of you that people want you to keep hidden. You're too loud, you're too cocky, you're too bold, you're too blunt, right? Like that's what makes you you. And it starts with connecting to your bodies. If you can't love your body, how can you expect someone else to? So, what I've done over the years of mastering somatic healing, breath work, meditation, tantric arts, which is all about using your sexuality as your life force to create the life that you truly desire. I've created a space where I blend all of these beautiful modalities and created a signature technique called astral embodiment. So, what I now do is I teach women how to create intimate relationships, mind blowing self love through astrology, human design, somatic healing, and tantric arts. So ultimately, in a nutshell, if you're like, whoa, what does that even mean? I teach you how to regulate your emotions so that you can show up with more pleasure and more self-love. Think of this as like your go-to guide for kickstarting your journey to emotional regularity. Hold on. I have the little nugget like coming into my room real quick. About that. Even when mommy's off the clock, they want to come to me instead of trying to find dad. Okay, so understanding your feminine energy, right? So you have access to a creator, whether it's God, universe, Buddha, whoever you believe in, you have the ability to coexist, right? Like you share your desires, you pray, you manifest, you quantum physics, and you get to create your world around you. I do that through breath work and through body movement. So all of us have a desire that lives inside of us, for lack of better words, right? Like we want to experience more. We want to grow more. We want to have more. We want to have more money. We want to be more fulfilled. We want to become more of who we are meant to be. And the fear of being the only one is what stops us. The fear of judgment, the limiting beliefs of being the only one who feels the shame, feels unfulfilled, being broken or ugly is like the farthest thing from the truth, right? Like those limiting beliefs are actually the least interesting thing about you. And so today we're going to throw out that outdated idea that confidence comes from looking perfect or having it all put together. Instead, I want to invite you to actually step into the real meaning of what confidence truly looks like, what it truly feels like, right? Being sexy is a feeling. It's not a physical act. You can have the perfect boobs, the perfect butts, the perfect abs, and you can still wake up every day trying to nitpick a flaw, right? Like confidence is rooted in self-love. It's rooted in being grounded within your body. And then when you sprinkle that with your little unique flavor, like that is where the magic happens. And it starts to penetrate in every aspect of your life. So if you ever thought like, oh, I just don't feel good enough, right? Or even have been holding yourself back in business and school, in your intimate relationships, because you're scared of being judged, like that's not your vibe anymore. Like I want you to write whatever limiting belief you have on a piece of paper, crumble it up, burn it, throw it away, and like get rid of it, right? Like today is the day where you're going to start tapping into that feminine energy. It's not about wearing pink and being soft and like all the things. Like it's about being flowy. It's about feeling and embracing every parts of you, right? Every part of your being, of your existence. And I promise you by the end of this class, you'll feel more empowered and you'll have the practical tools to reconnect with your body and the tools that will help you step in to that confidence that feels unshakable. And so the very first thing that I want to like have you understand before I start diving deep into the practicality of things is understanding what really is feminine energy. Because if you look on social media, if you go to Google, there's so many different ideas of what femininity is. And the true meaning of feminine energy is that it's your superpower, right? Feminine energy is a spectrum, it's a flow. Femininity is literally the fluidity of a bunch of different emotions, right? Like it's that magnetic pull that draws people in without you having to try. It's about being intuitive, right? Like listening to your intuition, that little whisper in your ear, that gut feeling, what people would call it today, right? It's about being creative and it's about being grounded in your pleasure. Femininity is the fluidity and the flowiness of life. Logic, structure, understanding, that's masculine energy. That's not who we really are, right? So feminine energy feels like dancing barefoot in your kitchen to your favorite song. I do it all the time, right? Singing in your shower, sinking into the warm bath that smells like lavender and success, right? Like that everything bath and shower. That's feminine energy. Saying no to things that really drain you, right? Like my motto is if it's not a full body fuck yes, it's a no. That is feminine energy. And when you embrace it and you stop forcing it and you just start flowing through life, you start living and empowering your creativity. So, one way to really understand this and to use this for your confidence is to understand that femininity is body connection. right? Body connection means you actually listen to your body instead of treating it like it's a to-do list, right? It's understanding the signals, listening to the language that is trying to speak to you in, and respecting its boundaries. It's about appreciating it for what it actually is and not how it looks, right? Like my biggest pet peeve is when I hear people say, oh, I have to push through it because I'm on my menstrual cycle. Like, no, your menstrual cycle is supposed to be your downtime. And by you pushing through it is the most masculine thing you can do by disrespecting your body for just going through the motions, right? So think of it in this kind of way. Your body is like a loyal friend who has been screaming, you're amazing, right? For years and years and years, but you have been too busy scrolling Instagram to even notice, right? Like that's the type of connection we've been having with our body. And we have to go back to listening to the body's elements, right? Like you have an internal and an external voice, and you have a body story. So your body story is this like concept of the most private and precious parts of your history, right? The parts that make you vulnerable. So for me, I shared in the beginning, like I've been sexually assaulted. That sexual abuse that I've endured during my childhood years, like that is part of my body story. And your body story is a major undercurrent of your life, right? Like it's the intimate her story. And it's the part of you that makes you you. And I'm not saying like, don't like forget about your past. Like, no. But what I want to invite you to start to think of it as is instead of letting your past define you and dictate how you show up, how can you use your past as like this beautiful lesson that has became a memory within your body? How can you let your past experiences refine your existence? Plus, that little voice that's in your head is your intuition. It's a human gift that should be cherished, right? So often we go against our gut instincts and that gut feeling because of what others want us to do, because of the other story that people have portrayed for us. And so what I want you to do is to learn how to reclaim that power, reclaim your existence, right? When you're disconnected from your body story, when you're disconnected from that little voice inside of your soul, you're constantly second guessing yourself. You're second guessing yourself in relationships. You're second guessing yourself in motherhood. You're second guessing yourself in business. And when you start to reconnect to your intuition, reconnect to your femininity, and reconnect to your body, you stop seeking permission externally because no one else matters. At the end of the day, it's only internally what matters. So instead of looking for external validation, you start to seek internal validation. And then you start to give yourself the approval to truly shine, right? So you start to notice that like the key factor to truly creating magnetic confidence is taking your power back from that little voice inside your head that says you're not enough. Because I promise you, you are. And so believe it or not, like your sexuality stems into that little voice, right? We all have a first time story that like unknowingly holds us back in life and achieving our desires, right? So like your sexual story, for me, my sexual story started with being sexually assaulted, right? So that sexual story creates belief about your body. Then it turns into your body story, and that body story turns into your limiting beliefs, which then turns into your confidence or your lack of self-worth. And so at the end of the day, your core energy, your sexual energy stems in your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is the part of you that is located within your womb, right? Like there's no coincidence that we bear children in our wombs. There's no coincidence that when we're on our menstrual cycle, it's our womb that is cramping because it's depleted. And so your sexuality impacts you on so many different types of levels because we're multi-dimensional humans. right? Like when you are depleting your life force energy, your creative ability, your sexual energy, you become dull to life. You become depressed, you become unmotivated, you become angry, you isolate yourself. And that's why a lot of people are like, oh, I'm just sexually frustrated. No, you're depleting yourself from your creative ability. You're depleting yourself from what it means to actually be a woman. And if you just tap back into your femininity, you'll start to feel a lot better. You'll start to tap into your core energy, which is your life force. It's the parts of you that tingle with excitement and spread through every aspect of your body, the parts of you that allows you to feel confident in your own skin. And so confidence, like that hits different, right? Like confidence isn't about having it all put together. It's about showing up as you, right? What's that one Drake song where it's like sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on? Like that is real confidence. And the myth of confidence is that it's not about doing more, right? Like it's about being unapologetically you, like I just said, loving your quirks, loving your magic, and then becoming undeniably you. And so I want to invite you into a body awareness practice. I use this with all of my clients, and this will allow you and teach you how to build that body connection with yourself. So go ahead and close your eyes. Take a big, deep breath in. Notice your feet on the ground, your back against your chair, your headphones in your ears, the softness of your skin. Just become super aware of your internal existence. Try to shut out any distracted noise. Notice any tension or if your body is starting to feel relaxed. Move your awareness up to up your body, starting from your toes to your ankles, up your legs to your hips, to your stomach, your chest, your shoulders, your head. There really is no judgment. I just want you to notice. I'm inviting you to become connected to your body. This simple practice is called body scanning. This helps you to check back in with yourself, especially when you're feeling scattered and insecure. When you do this simple practice that takes 1 to 2 minutes, you're telling your body like, hey, I got you. I see you. I notice you. I love you. And all you have to do is listen. When you sit in this place for longer periods of time, 5, 10 minutes, you then start to tap into your intuition. You then start to become familiar with that little whisper inside your head that gives you all of your decisions that are aligned to your desires. So now I want to invite you to another tool as you're already in this body connected space to invite yourself to have fun. I'm inviting you to tap into your feminine energy, and I want you to move. Just let your body take control. You could dance, you could shake, you could sway, you could stretch. It's not about looking cute, but it's about releasing the tension and getting that stagnant energy flowing. And then as you're moving your body, I want you to become aware of any beliefs that are coming up. Any thoughts that are coming in. Any emotions. think of this as like your moment to be Beyonce in your living room, right? Like this isn't a TikTok tutorial. Like it's called intuitive dance. And when you're ready, come back to this space as we close out this class. And I want to invite you to do tool number 3. Tool number 3 is mirror affirmations. So tonight, I want you to stand in front of your mirror naked. The keyword is naked. So yes, no clothes on. I always invite my clients to do this like when they're about to get in the shower or like they're changing into their pajamas. But like look into your eyes. Actually make eye contact with yourself and say, I trust you. I honor you. I love you. And you are enough. I promise you, it might feel really awkward at first. And you're probably like, okay, Cheyenne, like, what do you have us doing? But like, I want you to stick with it. I challenge you to do this every single day for 7 days and see what happens. Because over time, those words, I trust you, I honor you, you're enough, I love you. Those words will start to sink in and shift how you truly see yourself. And so ask yourself, are you using your stories and emotions to create a victim inside of your head? Right? Maybe these were the beliefs that were coming up as we were doing tools number 1, 2, and 3. And if you had that limiting belief of victim mentality, it's time to like start to shift your perspective, right? Start to tell yourself different stories because your emotions and your stories deepen your self-awareness and internal intimacy. But you have to start with the shadows first, right? Like it's called shadow work. And so those simple practices of like visualizing, what do you want to bring into your body? What do you want to release from your body? Taking minutes to free write about the type of life you want to have, the type of relationships. Who do you want to be as a lover to somebody? What do you want to experience? How do you want to feel? Like getting in touch with those questions, taking yourselves on intimate dates. And then write about what you know you will have to give up and release in order to achieve these things. What beliefs, what values, what patterns, what relationships, what emotional state will you need to let go of so that you become the centrally liberated woman that you are meant to be? Right? As I mentioned earlier, being sexy is a whole damn vibe. Sexy is an energy. It's not about the perfect outfit. It's not about the perfect weight or the perfect pose. It's the way you feel about yourself when no one else is watching. Okay, great, Cheyenne. So like, how do you tap into that sexiness? By pleasure first, right? That simple practice that I had you do, number 1 and number 2, right? The body scanning, the intuitive movement, that allows you to tap into the pleasure centers. I actually invite you to solo dance. Have a solo dance party wearing some lingerie. Because like, why not? Right? Like we get to dress up for ourselves too. And then be present. Do this when your kids are in bed. Do this where you are able to have no distractions. Put yourself in a space where you no longer have to think about how you look and you can start focusing on how you actually feel. Being sexy is in the moment. And so again, I'm going to share 4 more somatic practices with you that you can use starting today to help tap into that radical confidence. And the first one is ecstatic dance. So this was tool number 2 that I had invited you to do. Ecstatic dance, intuitive movement, it's the same thing. It's like tomato, tomato. But this allows you to explore the liberating practices of your body, right? You're giving your body permission to move freely, fearlessly, and expressively to any song. So just turn on some music and like let your body flow. Right? Find a quiet space, put on your favorite playlist, and just let your inhibitions like allow your body to move in whatever feels natural and authentic to you. Don't dictate, oh, I may look weird. What if my husband walks in? Oh my gosh, like just dance, just move. You could do this with the kids. I do it with my kids all the time. I'll turn on music and be like, hey guys, let's dance. Let's have a dance party. And the kids love it. The second one is grounding practices. So grounding exercises is similar to practice number 1, the body scanning that I had guided you through. Right? Begin by grounding yourself into this mindful state, even a mindful walk, right? Like a silent hike meditation, putting yourself in nature and walking around the block allows you to anchor yourself into the present moment, allows you to connect with Earth's healing energy. And then breath work. Breath work is like my jam. I will preach from the rooftops about breath work every day and all day because it actually allows you to rewire your neural pathways. So this is when it starts to get fun and you start to like mess with your brain chemistry. And so simple belly breaths or circular breathing, and I teach all of this inside of my membership Vixen, but breathing actually allows you to connect with your body while regulating your nervous system. It takes you out of fight and flight and back into peace. And then the last one is body scanning, right? So practicing body scanning meditations allows you to become aware of the different parts of your body. That's the practice we did earlier where I was like, okay, notice your legs, notice your hips, notice your stomach, like notice any tension that's coming up. Right? It allows you to connect with your body of like, okay, what's going on? It's like asking your kids, like, how was your day today? Instead, body scanning is asking your body, where are you stressed out right now? Where can I promote a little bit more relaxation? And when you start to really master all of these practices that deepen that connection to your sensuality, to your femininity, to your body, you start to come home. Right? The element of coming home is not about a place, it's about a state of being. Being home is what happens when you stop leaving yourself and giving your power away. It's the freedom that emerges when you're comfortable in your own skin, when you no longer have to seek for external validation because you know you're enough and you're all you need. Coming home is when you no longer crave by being liked by everyone. You no longer hop on your social media and worry about the metrics. You're just going to show up and the right people will come. So let's go deeper. Right? Like this is your invitation to go deeper, right? Like this guide, this class is just the beginning. And if you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like imagine what will happen if you're inside a membership with me. So if you're ready to take on this next level and get full goddess mode, like find your way inside my membership Vixen. You can scan the QR code, but Vixen is my monthly membership where you get to unlock the next level of confidence, the next level of pleasure. You get to reclaim your power. You'll get access to all of my tools, all of my rituals, all of the personalized support that truly embodies your magnetic, most radiant self every single day. And it's currently $44 a month. And if you join Vixen by scanning the QR code while we're on this call, you will receive a free 40-minute one-on-one coaching call with me when you join. So with all of that being said, my beautiful babes, thank you so much for coming to my call. And I just want to take a moment by letting you know, like, just how badass you actually are by showing up today, showing up live. I had 22 people sign up for this masterclass, and only a select few actually joined live. And I get it, life happens. But by showing up and promising yourself to put yourself as a priority is the first step to radical confidence. And this is just the beginning of your journey. And so I'm so proud of you from the bottom of my heart. I'm so grateful to spending the last 30 minutes with you. And I just want you to remember that, like, the world needs your uniqueness. The world needs your vibe. The world needs your unapologetic, loud, bold sexiness. And with all of that being said, if you have any questions, I would love to answer them. You can drop them in the chat. I'll actually catch up on the chat now. And you can drop away or you can unmute yourself, whichever works best for you. Yay. So yeah, if not, and you're like, okay, I'm just integrating, that's fine too. You can always email me. You will get access to this recording. So you will have lifetime access to this call. And if you ever have like downloads that are being received within the next couple of days, just respond back to that email and we can chat about them. So other than that, thank you, gorgeous humans. And I hope you have a blessed day.